what I just opened. Oh my God, this is beautiful. Mikayla, I am excited to try this today. This is beautiful, just beautiful. I haven't worn floofers this big in a while, so in honor of you, Mikayla, we're gonna do some floofers. These are really pretty too. Then we have some glosses, gorgeous. Don't look at this. This is the lake. The lake did this to me. And then, let me open this. I'll show you the highlighter in better lighting because it's just very fair and just has a touch of pinky golden. It's so beautiful. Let me swatch it for y'all. Also, Jean is just super perturbed right now by the horseshoe crab. Jean Bean, it's a friend, not a foe. Here it is when the light hits it, and here it is when the light doesn't. It's going to be a touch too fair for me, but it does almost disappear. But I know Mikayla's always looking for highlighters that are not too dark for her. So if you have fair skin, this is going to be your highlighter. It's so lovely and so smooth. I'm still going to use a little bit of it today. I brought the palette over to my lighting. In honor of Mikayla, we're doing purples. Also, this color, what the heck, kind of want to do something with that one. These are all of my favorite shades. You guys see me use these all the time. I feel like, ugh, it really is so pretty. I just keep finding a new color every time I look at it. All right, enough chit chat. Let's do a look. We meet again. What I've been doing? I went to the lake for 2 days, 2.5 days. Had the time of my life. Chipped my fingernails. Worth it. Haven't had time to fix them. Now I'm back to tutorials, playing in makeup. I'm so excited for today. I'm actually using a different eyeshadow base. Glamlite sent these over with the Mikayla palette. So this is the icing eyeshadow base from Glamlite. It feels like all of the rest of the tacky bases, and I'm excited to try it out. I'm using the shade Classic Vanilla. And I'm using my Anissa Beauty eye treatment brush to apply this. So a lot of you ask me, because I just assume, which I shouldn't do when I'm educating, that you know how I'm pressing this across my lid and up to my brow bone. So a lot of you say that I kind of start and then by the time I come back it's nice and smooth. All I'm doing is I'm taking my time and just pressing that in. You can start to see it smooth out. I do not set it. I've said that a few times. And the reason we do not set it is because once you set it, it's not going to grab that eyeshadow the way it would tacky. So we set as we go with this type of eyeshadow base. So you can kind of see down here that it looks similar, but I need to get in a little bit closer and work it around my brow. Also keep in mind while I'm doing this, if I disappear for a little while, I'm filming a TikTok as well. We're multitasking. And if you're new here, this look is going to be a trust the process look. We're looking like 9 miles of bad road, but I assure you at some point, hopefully at some point, this is all going to come together. Quick update on the eyeshadow base. Douglas is making sure you know that FedEx is near. I love the texture. I absolutely love this texture, and it was incredibly, incredibly smoothing. So loving this so far. We're doing purples, but we're going to start with blue. The blue is actually going to add some depth. And I'm just picking it up and I'm going to start to press that through here. Look at that. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous pigment. Just kind of continue to press that across here. Yep, it's giving me the spice that I needed. Definitely doing a cut crease because Mikayla is just, she's all about cut creases. So we have to do one. So it doesn't have to be perfect up here. We're about to start transitioning, but I really do want to pack this blue through our crease. I'm going to relax my eye and just extend it this way. This brush is a prototype, but it's just a very tiny shader brush, a Mario E5. I'm going to double check that. Whatever I have here, that's going to be similar. Moving on to whatever is happening here. I'm excited. This is going to be good. This is the shade Pot 2. And I'm going to start to press this above. Let me start on this side so you guys can really see. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the purple right above the blue. It's not going to look cute because we have to work in very small sections to really press it in and make sure that that base is giving us all the pigment we can get. This is So pretty. I'm not seeing any patchiness in the purple. Again, just take your time. I really take my time and I press in very small sections. Still, this is those exact same two shades. I'm still just tapping that purple up towards the brow bone. What I don't want to do is I don't want to take it too far up through here, but we can continue to shade over this way a little bit more. That angle is going to add lift. If I just kind of show you and guide you, you'll see that if I was to just continue to press, it's just going to keep adding lift to the eyebrow. We're about to grab another shade just to very softly transition. Now, again, we're going to have to trust that process. We're going to grab this shade, but when I tell you I'm just grabbing that much, this brush is going to be very similar to a MAC 217S. It is a prototype though. I picked up the smallest amount. Now from here, I like to kind of tilt my head back. The brush is just going to fit perfectly right here. I'm tapping it mainly in that purple, and then from there we will just start to press and kind of bring it up towards the brow bone, but not all the way. And just that little bit is just going to kind of fill in gaps and continue to transition. These shadows are blending and transitioning like an absolute dream. Now I have my micellar water here in my hand already, poured it for the TikTok. And I have my brush, and we're just going to continue to carve our lid space here. That's not going to be enough, so I'm just going to continue to bring it up. I want tons of lid space today. I'm talking just oodles of it. And then we'll clean underneath here. Well, that was satisfying. Apply a little bit more base to the lid since we cleaned that up. This is so pretty. So I grabbed this shade, okay? I just grabbed it with my finger, and then we'll just kind of press it on. Look at that, gorgeous. But I wanted it to have a little bit more of a blue flip, so then I grabbed this shade on a brush. I kind of wanted to have the same feel that's going on through my crease, so kind of a blue purple vibe. And then I'm just going to continue to kind of grab the same purple again and push that over here, and then I coat it again with this shade. So that's what I did. I just kind of kept going back and forth, working in small sections and mixing these two shades together. Do a wing liner, and I'm using my Revlon. I love this stuff. I just don't like the little brush it comes with. So I'm going to do my wing a little thicker today because the lash band is going to be a little thicker because we're using some floofy lashes, extra floofy I should say. And we'll just kind of bring that all the way over. I might thicken it a little bit more than that. So now I'm going to grab this by Mario pencil. This is the shade The Perfect Black, and run that along my top and along my bottom. Do you notice how I'm shutting my eye and just kind of rolling that back and forth? That's going to be a lot easier unless you have on contacts. I don't wear contacts, but if I could just shut my eye and just kind of pull this through, it's so easy. Now I'm not going to leave you out. If you do wear contacts, I want you to grab a brush. This one has sparkles. Don't grab this one. This one's not our friend. Hang on. Right now. So what I want you to do, if you do have contacts, notice how I'm kind of grabbing that and I'm pulling it down. Look at that. So easy. You just grab and pull that waterline down. Easy peasy. All right, we're popping on these lashes. This is the style I forget, but it's going to be on the screen. They are extra fluffy. I have not done IG makeup like this month of Sundays. It has been so long since I've had a whole strip lash. Just, I'm looking spicy. We are IG glammed today. Okay, you can get back up there, little lash. So this is my favorite tip right now. Pay attention. This is some good spice right here. I've been using my powder foundation. So this is a powder foundation. It's going to be more pigmented than just a setting powder or a pressed powder. It's a powder foundation. This was from Beauty Creations, and it's in my actual foundation shade. What I do is I take this and I press it on my brow bone, and I'll press it over here, and it just kind of takes down any harshness of that very light base, and it just makes everything look so seamless. I have been loving doing this. I already did this eye and you can see that it just kind of toned all that brightness down. It doesn't mess with the eyeshadow and it just continues to blend and melt everything together. Look how seamless. I love it. I'm going to use the Catrice Goodbye Pores and I'm going to apply this with my Anissa Beauty All Over Care brush. Kind of through the center. I really like this primer. I was able to wear it the other day. It wore amazing. So I'm going to highly recommend this. I'm sure most of you know about this one. I feel like I'm late to the party on this, but I love it so far. With most pore perfecting primers, they always feel a little too much like silicone on the face. This one completely dries down and just melts in. It feels amazing. I normally don't like pore refining primers, but this one is different. I'm going to do my Makeup Forever Reboot foundation. Believe it or not, with this type of eye, I don't want a whole lot of coverage. I want my skin to peek through. So somewhere in the chaos is my Pinnacle foundation brush. I'm going to let this warm up. That's about right. Tap it there, and then we'll just start to press this in. Still one of my faves. Ooh, that is pretty. Ooh, that's the spice. Ugh, it feels like skincare too. Anytime I wear purples and blues, it tends to pull out the purple and blue underneath my eyes. So I'm going to grab this corrector. These are actually new from NARS. This is the shade Light. That should be enough. I'm going to grab this little brush here. This one's a prototype. But what I'm going to do is remove the jean hair. And then I'm just going to start to press this in. These set themselves. And then we're just going to put a little bit of concealer on top. I have worn this and no, it did not crease. It was pretty fantastic. I think this is going to be one of my new favorite color correctors. Look at that difference already. Then we'll grab our concealer. This is also the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Creme Brulee. And you'll notice that I'm going to be using a lot less. That corrector should have done enough to kind of balance everything out. That'll do it. Now we'll take our Anissa Angle Concealer brush and just press that in. And then we connect. Grabbing the Mario Soft Sculpt Shaping Stick. This is the shade Light Medium. I'm not going to go too heavy, but I want a little bit of extra definition and warmth. Just a little under the nose, a little under the lip, and a little under here. Then I'll even take the brush on the other end, and please notice that I'm pressing that in. If I was to wipe, it might actually just kind of go away. So by pressing it in, we're still going to blend it, and it's going to make sure it stays nice and pigmented. These are so pretty. I can't get over them. I'm still not over them. How easily they blend. And then if you still want a little bit more blending, I always do. I grab my foundation brush and I'll just continue to press and melt that in. I feel like that's such a good thing to talk about. Over blending is such, it's a thing. I used to do it all the time. We can over blend our bronzer, we can over blend our eyeshadows, and what that does, it kind of just takes it away. You just kind of blend it away. That's why I'm always recommending pressing. Pressing, you have more control and you're not going to blend that product away. Now we're going to do the Givenchy powder, same as always. Even that out on the back of my hand with my puff. And go to town, pressing that in. So now I'm taking a pencil brush and the first blue shade that we laid down, and you'll see me grab this puff. This is going to catch any kind of fallout. We shouldn't have any, but I'm not risking it since we already have our concealer done. I also want you to notice that I'm kind of just pressing it into my lash line. Grab this by Mario blush. This is the shade Creamy Peach. Brush is a prototype, but I'm just going to press it right, kind of right underneath this area, just for some extra lift, as if my ponytail isn't enough. Just underneath the eye, we're going to grab this shade and just kind of press that right underneath the blue till it transitions. Then I'm going to wipe my brush off on Sheila. If you're new, Sheila's just a towel. She's just a very dirty makeup towel. And we're going to grab this shade and kind of transition some more. The lighter purple. I'm sorry if I didn't show it. There we go. Okay, so the palette didn't have the shade I wanted for my inner corner. So I grabbed my Carla Cosmetics pigment. This is the shade Dolly. And I'm just going to press that through there. I'm gonna grab the highlighter. It's so pretty. Just a little bit of that. So we'll just kind of press it in, and then I take my foundation brush and then I continue to work it into the skin. No texture. It's very pretty. So we're gonna use this gloss from the collection, but first I'm gonna start with my Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in Wherever Walnut. Just want to double check. Okay, but this gloss, I don't know the name of it, but it's the one without shimmer. It's just the really beautiful nude. The name wasn't on the bottom, but it's in the set. This is my new favorite nude gloss. That's gorgeous. And we're finished. Mikayla, this palette, chef's kiss. Hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial today. Did you pick up the palette? Honestly, it's amazing. I'm not sure if they're gonna do a restock. I know it did sell out. Of course it sold out. I absolutely had so much fun at creating this look. I love you guys with all of my heart. I'm gonna go take pictures. I filmed the TikTok and I'll post all of the makeup details in just a little while. Love you guys to the moon and back. See you tomorrow.